Hey, the semester's just flying by, so let's take a look at week 8. This week, again, not a huge amount to turn in. The resume 4 is due on Monday, although really the instructions for it and everything are in last week. So if there's any questions, please go back and look at the instructions, the video from last week. Pretty straightforward stage in some ways. If you're keeping up with your changes and corrections, adding external style sheet, adding in the cover letter, changing to index.html. So you now have a little bit more things in your root folder for the resume. I will look at those as soon as I can and get you feedback. And in addition to other things listed this week, you should think about starting those corrections on resume 4 as soon as you get them from me. Next, we'll be moving on to resume 5, and then we're approaching resume final. Also, this week we have a quiz. The quiz is on CSS, the introduction to CSS, CSS text formatting, fonts, external style sheets, relative paths again, this time focusing more on images. Longer quiz than normal, than most of the ones we've had before. There's quite a bit of stuff in it. It might take you a little while, so plan on that. I'm going to do an introduction or a lecture-based video on link styling, going back to the links from last week, reviewing that, giving you some examples, because you're going to need it as you move into the exercise, the only real exercise for this week, which is color 2-3. You need to finish color 1 and to hopefully have fixed it up too, so you're ready to use it again in color 2 and 3 as you make new copies of it, and pick your own color schemes, hopefully working towards some ideas of a color scheme you may end up using in your resume. Color 2-3 exercise is unusual and then includes a Word worksheet for you to fill out and to submit on Moodle 2. If you have any problem with that, as the instructions say, you can always just print it and handwrite it or save it as a PDF or whatever. Although there are presentation and resource file folders, I don't think there's anything in them this week because I don't think there was any actual PDF kind of presentations or any additional resources that you needed. Please stick with it, keep up the good work, and let me know if you have any questions or problems.